It's always weird to actually be with someone while we go live.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the only person I actually go live sitting next to ever. But you picked the book.
I did.
We're here to talk for Shelf This Book Club about Kayla's pick for the month of May, which was Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I just finished this not that long ago.
Mm-hmm. And I finished it in the middle of the night last night.
On your flight to
on
me.
my
your flight
flight
to me.
And I feel like I picked this because I wanted sad girl energy, and I was told that was going to give me sad girl energy.
That's kind of what I had also heard about this, like before.
Yeah. Did I get sad girl energy? She talks about sad things, but it doesn't give me like sad girl.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Hello to everybody who is joining us. I think many of our usual joiners were busy this afternoon. We're doing a weird afternoon time because we're here together. And then we have to go get my kids and do things. So I had never heard of this book before. That surprises me. I feel like this is pretty popular.
I think so too, but I think
I see it a lot.
Her other book, what is it, Euphoria?
Okay.
That one I think is more popular
than this.
And the cover is
I
more
had never heard of that one. But I recognize this one.
Because I recognized the other one and didn't realize they were the same person.
Oh, interesting. Have you read the other one?
No.
Okay. All right. Should we say what we rated it? Or should we pitch the book?
Maybe pitch the book a little bit.
Okay. I don't know. It's supposed to be about like a woman who is getting like later in young adulthood, like 30s. I don't know if it says exactly how old she is. And she has a dream of being a writer, and she's at the point where a lot of people are just like, eventually you're going to have to get a real job. And so she's kind of at like a little crisis with that, and she's still trying to write a book. And then there's also, lovers. This is true.
So writers
and lovers.
But I thought that
she's seeing a couple guys, and I think we've talked a little bit, but I think we both kind of got lost in the guys.
Yeah, there were either too many, or they all were so similar in some type of way that I could not distinguish them in any way. The only one that I could distinguish was the author that had the two kids at the restaurant.
Okay.
But I thought they were talking about him, and I don't know why when I was listening on the plane, I was like, oh, he's a movie star. And I was then a couple of like chapters later, I was like, he's not a movie star. He's literally an author.
I feel like all the guys were one person to me, so now I'm confused at the end. Like I know there was multiple names, but they all just kind of felt the same.
They didn't write different things.
Some of them did feel very similar because they were all writers.
Like if there was an author that was like, he writes horror and he writes literary and he writes
who's the one who at the beginning is at the like writing retreat thing she goes to, and then the person's full spoiler, sorry. The person's like, he's still married, right?
Yeah, which one was that? I remember that part, but I was so bad with names for this.
I am too, and that's why I'm still confused at the end. Was it Derek? Tina? No.
Because I do remember that happening, but that wasn't that like first chapter, or
I don't think so.
Because I remember that was still where I was reading with my eyes.
Here's Muriel.
Because I thought it was going to be more about that. Like I thought that she was going to get back with him.
I wish it was more. I wasn't like rooting for any relationships.
Mm-hmm.
How did you read this?
Martina's smart.
But Martina's the same as me. I think usually where they connect, don't let me speak for you, but I started reading this physically and then switched to the audiobook, which I thought was going to be a mistake.
I did the same thing.
But this was suffering from, I really wasn't liking the writing style. It was a little too like literary, too metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I was struggling reading it physically, and I actually think I enjoyed it more with the audiobook, just like getting through it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do struggle to follow plot on audio, so that might be why I kind of lost it a little bit, switching to the audio, but I was having a better time.
Yeah, I agree.
With the audiobook. I forgot his name, but I know who he is. Really? I do think that's a me thing. that this was like not a writing style thing for me. I couldn't stop reading it.
See, I read
what was driving you? Because I feel like the plot was not driving me at all.
Well, I read the first 80 pages like in one night. Like that was pushing
You were
me.
into it.
I was really into it. And I think because I wanted her to get back with
I think I got lost a little bit.
And I got
and then was like, there's too much going on almost.
I took some time and read something else. And so I think I got lost after the fact.
Okay, we haven't even said what we rated it, and we're fully talking about it. Okay. Kayla?
3 stars.
Okay.
I did say 3.5 to Bailey, but then
no, then I finished it and said, I don't think I like that book. And you said, me either. And I said, you said you gave it 3.5 stars.
Okay, because I wanted to give it 3, and then I'm gonna be honest, I saw what Lizzie and Martine rated it, and I was like, now I feel bad for being a dummy and not liking it.
I do think it's fair because sometimes if I read other people's reviews, that'll influence my opinions, or I'm like, they're right, or like good or bad. I'm probably giving it like a 2.5, which you said you're 3.5 about middle of the road, but 2.5 is middle of the road.
My 3 is the middle of the road, really. Like,
okay,
I don't know how that makes sense, but
I was just enjoying the vibes. I liked being in the story. I don't know. I think it also depends. Like if I was in a really good reading mood and needed a palate cleanser, this could have been better. But I'm a little slumpy right now.
Yeah. The last 2 books I've read have not been good, so I think I am also a little
slumpy.
Yeah.
Like we need something jazzy.
We need a romance.
I needed more from the romance or more from the plot.
There were too many boys.
I couldn't just do the vibes.
Give me 2 boys and I'll figure it out. Why are you laughing?
Hi, Ruby. Yeah, thank you for standing in solidarity with me. I think also knowing I saw Ruby's comment of like, I'm gonna DNF this. I'm so bored.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Really put me in the like, you know what? Me too. I feel like if this was a movie, it would have been done in the direct. I don't know who that is.
Hold on. I just need to catch a vibe.
I also feel like having no plot in a movie can work a little bit more if it's like cinematic though. And I can't picture anything. So like nothing going on was hard.
Oh, Challengers, Bones and All. Call Me by Your Name.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, I get it now.
You get it?
I understand. And I agree. Actually, I completely agree.
Okay. Like, are they funny?
No.
Because I also feel like that's what this was missing.
It's very... Oh, I don't want to say this in the Martini, like she's completely wrong. In my opinion, it's kind of dry and soft.
Okay.
And there's like...
Yeah, that matches.
Yeah. I do need to read Call Me by Your Name.
I feel like you feel offended about me not liking it. I'm sorry. It wasn't bad. Like 2.5 is middle. I'd love to give a 2-star if I didn't like a book. Like if I straight up was not having a good time. And it is getting the half. Okay. Oh.
Okay. Yay.
I mean, I didn't pick the book. She did.
Oh.
What other thoughts do we have?
I kind of said everything that
I said to you earlier that I feel like as someone who reads, this is like mostly on me, reads so much that the story of like, don't give up on your dreams, I have felt an impact more from other books. Like, I feel like I've read this story better before, but could I give you that example?
No.
But
I agree. It just doesn't...
It didn't feel original. It didn't feel...
It was too dry.
Yeah. I was so excited about the older 20s coming of age moment. Yeah, I agree. I think that if this was more rom-com-y,
it would
be really good.
I think that's what I was expecting.
It was bland.
I was expecting more rom-com-y.
Even though you said you knew it was sad.
Yeah, but I was expecting...
I feel like we keep bumping the table and it kind of shakes.
Sorry.
It's okay. We were just discussing because I was trying to figure out like what guy even was that.
Mm-hmm. Like I don't remember that one, honestly.
Yeah. Or just like, I don't know. I thought it was going to be romance, and I don't feel romance feelings at the end of it.
At all.
Like, I'm not rooting for them.
Also, that whole geese thing was weird.
We tried to read the last little chapter, and I was laughing so hard because there's a line. I was reading it out loud to both of us right before we did this. And it says, you know exactly what I'm about to read out loud. Okay, spoiler, this is the very last page of the book. And they're like looking at the geese, okay? It says, I hold the blanket open for Silas, and he slips beside me and pulls it closed. Is this weird? Yeah, he says. He puts his lips in my hair. I love weird.
I love weird. Now, we know that he's putting his mouth like here.
He puts his lips in my hair.
Like he's kissing her here, I'm assuming.
I love weird.
But I'm expecting kissing her like
her tips.
And her just going, I love my little autistic. That's a TikTok sound. Please don't be mad at me for saying that.
I love that autistic man.
I love that autistic man.
I was expecting it too, but I'm saying I would have liked it more if it existed.
Mm-hmm.
Hello to Elsa. For anyone who doesn't know, Kayla traveled to me. Because I'm too scared to fly by myself, so we are flying to more book friends tomorrow. She's here for one single day to fly with me. Oh, that's the drama. He wasn't interesting, but she acted like he was.
Okay, why is that people talking about anybody that I've ever liked? He wasn't interesting, but you act like you were.
Literally.
I don't know.
Me either. No, that's his name. I told them apart by vibes alone.
But I felt no vibes.
No, or they all had the same vibe. You're not wrong, but
yeah,
but you're wrong. I love just vibes, but for me, this had no vibes.
Martine,
I am sorry that she was so invested. And she was like, oh, vibes. And we're all like, what was the vibe?
Literally not a single vibe.
The vibe was, I'm bored.
The vibe was boredom. Okay, but I did like the restaurant stuff. Which anytime she's in the restaurant, I really liked it.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Another book we read for book club. I don't know if you read the book. The book I'm about to say is Yerba Buena.
Oh, I did.
That was this, but better, and plus gay.
Yeah, you're right. That's the vibe.
Like that was also the same. I feel like that comparison's really good.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be the same genre, but that book nailed it, in my opinion.
Yeah, and this was boring.
That would have been the drama. That would have been the vibes. Like, give us something. Why are you choosing who you're choosing? Because they're all boring. True. We saved them all for you. I mean, other plot beats. I mean, overall, she's trying to publish a book.
Yeah.
At the writing retreat, she kept saying that she was writing like one part for a really long time, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point, she just like prints it off and sends it to her, I think her editor. Is it that Muriel?
Yeah.
She just like prints it and sends it.
And then
Muriel's like, this is really good.
And then
and then there's like people fighting for her book, right?
Yeah.
I followed that correctly.
I think so.
Okay.
I
mean, good for her. I just didn't believe it.
There was a whole thing with like her mom, like she kept talking about her mom dying, but like I was like, what does that have to do with literally anything that you're also already saying? Like maybe I missed something, but she just kept bringing it up, and I was like, this has nothing to do with.
No,
anything.
she did a lot. Martine, we love you. There's a group of old ladies walking in front of my house.
Hey.
Oh, it's just two.
You and I in another life.
Us in 40 years. Oh no, here's the third straggler.
Oh, that's Chris.
Following behind us, watching us, babysitting us. Also, my other two friends who rated this 4 stars a few years ago are both writers. I feel like that could be part of it. Right, like what I said about not liking the writing style, like, is this really like the craft? You know? Because some people think that them metaphors be it.
And I don't get them.
I just don't like to work that hard.
My brain is smooth.
The different relationships in her life impacted her writing in different ways.
But see, I know she was a writer, but I must have either not been paying attention or did not pick up on anything.
No, she wasn't proving it.
Like anything that had to do with her actually writing her book, I don't remember.
I remember her like trying to do it through different stages, because a lot of her like working at the restaurant. Didn't she go get a corporate job for like a day?
Yeah.
There was no like, to me, that the vibe was supposed to be that she was like really trying to write this book while not getting a real job.
Mm-hmm.
But I also didn't like feel like she was really grinding to do that. Like, I kind of felt like she was being lazy about it.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to write a book, then write the book. Oop. Is it true? Did I say the right thing? Like, some men, she set all her writing aside. Others, she got more done. Like, when she was with certain men, she was more productive versus less productive. I did like that.
Honestly, it was the
best.
best
Do you know
part
who
of the
that
book.
reminds me of? I don't know if you watch this creator, but I know that Katie Coulson like works at a restaurant of some sort.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched her videos in a long time.
That kind of gives the vibe.
She's silly.
Yeah. Correct. Correct me reading your sentence out loud.
My eyes are starting to get tired.
Yeah, we have to I have a few more hours of sleep than Kayla, but we got like none.
I got maybe 2.5 total, maybe 3.
When we arrived back at my house at 6 a.m.
Yeah, but I'm adding my 20 minutes on the plane too.
Oh,
to
yeah.
That.
Okay. I had a hard time getting into the book, but once I hit about 100 pages, I really liked it. I'm still at about 295 right after she broke up with Oscar, but I think it's 4 stars. What I find interesting is I think that for the people who liked it, they got more interested at where I started to lose interest.
I agree.
So there's like a turning point at that like 80 to 100 pages where it's like yes or no.
Because that's where I started to
lose it.
Was after she like babysat the kids.
What page did I tell you I was on like 2 days ago before you left? I was still like
120.
Interested. No, before that. Like 89 or something. And then yesterday I told you I got to 129.
Yeah.
And I was starting to get bored.
Yeah.
So it was like right in that like 80 to 100 pages. Interesting. I was like, gets me. I mean, of course, I always want people to like it. Am I hard to please? I mean, like, why did you choose this? Because I feel like this isn't really what I get you were going for Sad Girl, but I feel like you don't read a lot of literary.
I don't, but I owned it. I had already owned it, and then I think I wanted to do a literary moment because I think I want to try to read more.
Yeah, I always think I want to too.
I think that knowing what I know, like the people that liked it, I'm really happy for, but like knowing what I know, I would have picked a different literary book in hindsight. Like I would not have actually read this. I think if I was not forced to read this
I think
anymore,
that anything somebody describes as like not having much of a plot is not for me. Or also like I didn't feel connected to the characters. Like if I heard somebody say that, like even if there was a lot of plot and somebody was like, I had no connection to the characters, that's also like a
yeah.
I just feel like as a reader, I do truly read for fun and I don't want to have to think that hard. Like I want something that's just like page turning, which Martina is saying that they felt during this.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't think that literary ever feels that way for me. I feel like I'm supposed to be trying to figure something out.
Yeah, and it's not even figure out like anything fun.
Not like a mystery, but like
it's like figuring out why
the deeper meaning,
sad, why life sucks.
Why Okay, but yeah, that's my feelings. Do you have anything else? Does anybody else have anything? Any like huge plot points I'm forgetting to even mention? Martine, I'm so happy for you, and I'm so sorry that you had to show up to a live show that we didn't love it. I didn't hate it. Like I understand people liking this more than other things that I've read. Like for example, I understand liking this so much more than I understand liking The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I only say that because I know that Martine also liked that one.
I liked that one though.
You did?
I liked it. I read
that
the second
one was a slog.
I liked it.
Okay. Well, on that note,
that's my final thought.
I had to. I love you so much. Ruby loves everybody too. And there's no book in June, but there's an announcement coming shortly for the July, August, September books. The hosts and the books have all been chosen. I just need to sit my butt down and film that video, which will probably happen right after this little trip we're about to take.
Dang it. I was going to say this live so I could see early, but it's okay. I'll wait.
Yeah, no special privileges this time. I hope you guys enjoyed us being here together. I feel like it's a different vibe to like, I feel like I turned to you and talked to you a couple times, but yeah. And if you're not subscribed to Kayla, go subscribe to her, even though she doesn't post anymore.
If you all subscribe to me,
it is linked in the description. I did remember to do that.
Maybe I'll start posting again.
I think you should. You did mention it.
Hot girl summer.
I mean, yeah, you're off for the summer now.
Yeah.
Just a little dibble dabble. You can make Wonderthon vlogs.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay. Well, that's us for today. Wish us luck on our trip and that I don't have an anxiety attack tomorrow on our 2 flights because we do have a connecting flight. Yeah, post again. Kayla, I dare you to post.
I almost made a bad finger gesture. I had to change it very fast.
Okay. Actually, in the car we were driving earlier, like driving past somebody, and you really like, and I thought that they were gonna think that you were doing that.
Oh no.
Okay. That's all from us. Thanks for picking the book.
Thank you for reading it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Bye. Oh, it's gonna do balloons or something. Yeah.